Hey guys, it's Janie. Welcome back to the Bookworms, buddy. It is now time for my October TBR. It is spook season, and I do have a few books that I'm going to be reading for spook season, but I'll get to those last. I've got a pretty good amount of books here. The very first book I have listed here is Drums of Autumn. This is book number 4 in the Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon. And I don't know what more I can say about this. I'm enjoying this series so very much. I did start this. I got a few pages read in it, but we take the whole month to get this book read. So I'm not too worried about getting it done. But there's that one. The next one we have here is book number 6 in the Will Trent series. This is by Karen Slaughter. This one is Criminal. And I absolutely love Will Trent. He is such a great character. And she's done so well on him. I love her writing style. I love the mystery. I love all that great stuff. If you want a really good mystery writer, Karen Slaughter is fantastic. So check her out if you get the chance to. The next one I'm going to be reading is Hard Magic, and this is by Larry Correia. I'm not sure how you say his last name. Susan has been bugging me forever to read this book. This is an adult fantasy book, but she says it's not like, you know, your medieval kind of stuff. There's just magic. So I'm hoping that I can enjoy it, because you all know that I do not do well with fantasy. So I'm hoping that this one has a different kind of flair to it, and it's really going to attract my attention. I'm really just going to want to like whip through this. It's not a small book, so we'll see. Keep my fingers crossed that this is one that I will enjoy. The next one we got here is The Silkworm by Robert Galbraith. As we all know, is J.K. Rowling. I'm reading this with Tegan over at Once Upon a Novel. The Cuckoo's Calling, I think I rated it 3 stars. It was okay. It was a pretty decent read. I wanted a little bit more out of it. I'm hoping, though, that The Silkworm is going to be better. We'll see. There were parts in The Cuckoo's Calling that I kind of struggled through because it was a little boring. So I'm hoping that this one is going to be better. Next one we've got here is Ink Death by Cornelia Funk. I've really been waiting to get to this book. This is the 3rd book and the final book in the Inkheart trilogy, and I'm reading this with my friend Mary. I don't know if Brianna is reading this or not, but I wanted to keep on. I wanted to wrap this up for my series-a-thon, and I've got some ideas about what the title means, so we'll see. Like I said before, this is a story about a father who can read characters right out of a book. And once somebody comes out of the book, someone else has to go in, or something goes back into the book. This is a really good series, very complex series, and it's not light reading. This is supposed to be middle grade, and it feels much more than middle grade to me. It feels more between young adult and adult. But anyway, you want to read a good fantasy, this one's fantastic. So now for my spook season reads. I'm going to start off with that. Graham Masterton's The House That Jack Built. I heard that this is a fantastic book, and I love Graham Masterton. He is a paranormal horror writer, and his stuff is just, it's fantastic. I have not been disappointed by hardly anything he writes. So if you want to read a good horror writer, Graham Masterton is fantastic. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. The next one I got here is Geralds Game by Stephen King. No, I have not yet read this book. I don't think it's going to be scary. I don't think it's a scary book, but it is Stephen King. He's my favorite author, and I had to read something by him for this month. So I'm looking forward to get into it. I've heard some really good things about it, and then, you know, I think it's more like really mixed, the reviews are. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. And if I have time after these books, I am going to pick up Bird Box. I can feel Susan cringing right now. This is by Josh Malerman. And I think she saw a movie or something about this, and she couldn't do it, and she didn't want to read the book, and I really, really want to read the book. I hear it's creepy and all that good stuff, and inside this book is this disc, and I'm not entirely sure what is on it. There's track listings on the back right here, if you can see that without the glare. So it says on the front, Beyond the Book, and it's supposed to be Malerman discussing his love of horror. But anyway, I will listen to this, and you guys can, and maybe I'll share it. You guys let me know if you want me to share what was on this. I would be happy to do that, but I'm looking forward to this one. I may skip this one to read this one and then just say, okay, I'll read this one if I have time. But anyway, yeah, so that is my October TBR. What are you guys reading? Hopefully you're reading some horror books. Share with me what you are going to read for spook season. Thanks, guys, for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.